revisiting history. We got them. We out here. We out here. We out here doing the hard work, right? Making it so everybody can see this history. Making it so everybody has access to history. I'm out here for you. I wet my sweat right for you. Get out there and revisit some history. All right, so Prescott's pretty weird in a way that you are going to see a lot of these historical sites kind of tucked away in residential neighborhoods. Of course, you can see these beautiful, beautiful houses over here. But right behind me, we are at Petroglyph Point. I think there's going to be a trail over here to the right that's going to take me out there. Let's go try and see some petroglyphs before we leave here. All right, so this is where the trail opens up from the road. You can see it kind of splits off. Let's see what kind of distance we're talking about here. Trail provides access, the mile-high trail system. It looks like this trail probably leads to other trails. It says there's some petroglyphs. It looks like not too far from where we're currently located. It looks like it's just around a quick loop to the left. Let's go take a look. Got a chopper up in the sky right now. This must be a trail to the petroglyphs. It bites off to the left. Trying to make sure I don't miss anything. Oh, really tucked off back in these rocks. We are literally in. Oh wow, there's one right there. Almost missed it. There's a petroglyph right there. We are almost in somebody's backyard, and you can see there's a house like directly right there. I'm sure they're not too fond of all this. Looks like the people then that you're gathering what appears to be some pottery. Of course, you're not supposed to take it with you. It's a big no-no. So we saw one spiral petroglyph so far. Looks like a path takes you off up into these rocks. Not gonna go too much in that direction. Again, I'm wondering how close these are gonna be. It's not a bad trail, but it's definitely not steady. Trying to get to the petroglyphs. Got a powwow to get to after this. Get out there and see some contemporary native culture. Or, I guess you could argue it's not contemporary, it's more revived, right? Revived culture. Some lizards. As always, you're going to find some lizards in these places. A lot of materials covering these rocks, this green mossy type stuff. Ridgewood. See, looks like we're either right near the loop or getting close to. It says the petroglyph should be around here. We saw the one. See, there's loops around. If not, we'll just backtrack. It's supposed to be a pretty quick video. Hopefully, it hasn't turned into one of those ones where I get lost and end up stuck out here for a bit trying to find this. But this is definitely worth it if I can find it. Those you saw the spiral one back there. I'm trying to see. We may have to take that route up to the top of the rocks. It would be intuitive that it would be up in that direction just because of the fact that we have rocks usually. These kind of displays are put up for so you can see them typically. Ooh, another lizard. Don't think there's going to be as many snakes up here, but as soon as I say that, I may pay the price for it. Now that may be a spiral. If so, it's it's fairly worn. It's hard to tell. We're going to keep going a couple more feet and then probably turn this around if we can't find any petroglyphs. I think we must have passed the main points. And see, things like this, mossiness, it looks similar to the spirals we see, but not sure that it's an actual petroglyph. Probably not, I'm assuming. This is interesting little area over here. And we're starting to climb down into this little valley here. You can hear my feet slipping and sliding all around. So another big boulder up here. We'll get up there. We'll see if it's that up there. And if not, we'll take a hike back and try and get to the top of the other spot. it's pretty steep. It looks doesn't look as steep on the camera. Let's see if we can get up here. So this one takes you right up into the rock. You want to be careful in these types of spots, especially in Phoenix right now with the heat. All the rattlers. Here we go. So it's supposed to be Petroglyph Point so far. I've seen one, possibly two petroglyphs. Might be looking in the incorrect area though. There's not a lot of photos that exist online of this location either, so I figured it'd be, again, fairly intuitive to stop and record this area. Alright, it appears there's another big boulder. We'll get over there, take a look at it. Just want to see a couple. If I can see a couple petroglyphs, we'll be happy. Doesn't appear, even on that large stone structure, there's even a slight hint at petroglyphs. And again, not going to go too far in there. I don't want to get bit by whatever's living there. So what we're going to have to do, probably circle around and try and find the petroglyphs. Alright, so I just spoke to a gentleman. He's also looking for the Petroglyph Point, actually. And said that apparently it's hard to find. It's not easy to find. I'm going to backtrack to where the map kind of pre-positioned us and then see if we can find it from there. It's not a super important note, but you can see there's a little bit of a stream runoff here in this area. That's, again, kind of indicative of Native American culture and a lifeline for humanity, right? Without water, there is no life. Again, the type of stepping over rocks. I'm doing this very carefully, but I don't want you guys to be doing this. I'm trying to see if we can find these petroglyphs, and I am fighting hard for it. Sometimes that's how history is. Alright, up the rock face, I guess. A little steep. Little steep. Doesn't appear to be anything up there. Might give us a better look at that one, though. The rock's slightly above it. Alright, so I made it up from down there. I don't see any petroglyphs behind me. This is just a bummer. I'm gonna have to keep looking pretty hard. I'm not leaving until I find one. Just to show how I got up here. This is quite a steep rock face. May end up doing a bit of sliding. Let's find out. So we may find something in these rock faces. Let's take a look. Get a little bit closer. Like I said, you always watch out for snakes. This is where they like to be. So let's try and lighten it up in there and see what's going on. Looks like some rocks. Other than that, it's pretty basic. Again, no real petroglyphs to see, but there's a red tint on there. I don't know if that may be something from it. I haven't really seen it as much on some of the other ones. Let's climb back down and try and get back at least to the spiral. I'm gonna get some photos of the spiral. Prove this place actually does have some petroglyphs. Whether there's a lot or a few. I'm here for the history anyways, right? Again, another spot. I think this is where the spiral was, around here. I'd like to quote a film now. Into the fray. Into the last good fight I may ever know. It's a good film, check it out. Again, I don't see a clear path directly up to this area. I'm thinking, so here's the first petroglyph I walked upon. I've got to assume there's got to be more around here. We're going to keep searching a little bit longer. Getting a little bit hot. It's still a tad warm in Prescott, so I'm thinking this must be the area. Alright, just to show how out of my element I am way up here in these rocks, and there's tunnels and places everywhere. We're going to get back out of here and try and see if we can find a better way to the top. I think that first one we got to put us up in the air was the closest we're going to get, and it's going to be a tough hike. Actually, you know what? I just realized this is a second spiral. This is not the original spiral. Oh, it's funny. We had a falcon just fly over. It's been following us all day. Anyways, found the first petroglyph spiral. Oh, speaking of which, third spiral. There we go. Right in the same area. So you got 3 spirals. Probably some squana. And I don't know if these are actual pottery. Some of these might actually be artifacts. So We want to leave those there. They don't leave the park, ever. If you find them in a park, you leave them there. You don't ever touch these. All right, we're gonna try one more time from the front and see if we can make any progress. But again, I'm getting more and more out of my element trying to see these things. So if you see something happen to me that's not exactly pretty, serve it as a precautionary tale and do not do what I do. I try my best and I am well trained with rattlesnakes and safety, but this looks like it just takes you back up to the same spot. I really wish we could get up there. In fact, oh my gosh. You look, I'm on top of a rock. I had to get up here to see it. Look at that. That is Petroglyph Point, baby. That's why we're here. It's a bit high up. I don't even know how they would have done it except for maybe being sitting on the edge, but that is it. You could see up higher even. There's more, but they're harder to see at the angle we're at. The things that one will do for history. All right, now I see what they meant by it was hard to get to. I'm standing on top of a stone to get these images, so I really do hope they are appreciated. This is beautiful, beautiful architecture. Not architecture, I mean petroglyphs. But you can see this is still in great detail, probably because of the ability to access it. And then the one above it is even greater. All right, so we found Petroglyph Point. Oh boy, did we find Petroglyph Point. In fact, I think, no, this is one we found earlier. So we've already covered this one. But I think I found a discovery that, maybe not a discovery, of course people knew it was here. The difference is that I actually was able to get photos of it. You look on Google and a lot of places, you're not gonna find the photos. I got them. Revisiting history. We got them. We out here. We out here doing the hard work, right? Making it so everybody can see this history. Making it so everybody has access to history. I'm out here for you. I whip my sweat right for you. Get out there and revisit some history. This trail over here is going to take you to the spiral petroglyphs. It branches off to the right. Again, this is the pot hunting I was talking about. You see lots of pottery, possible arrowheads. All right, so I forgot we should have taken the left path. I've been up here before. There's not a ton of, I don't think there's any petroglyphs. You can see how some of the rocks been splitting. Let's get back in here a little bit. Take a look. Again, no petroglyphs on that one. This is our part 2 series to this place because it was so intriguing I had to come back. Very beautiful location, but let's try and get some better shots of those really, really nice ones towards the top. You can see there's a giant wedge crack right here. I think I'm actually right below where the petroglyphs are going to be. I'm trying to work my way around. I'm over here, I'm okay. So this is adrenaline dump to the max. I am almost to the top and not really quite sure how comfortable I am going up more, but I want to see them up close. You can see here's another petroglyph up here. I'm almost at the very top of these things, so quite up there. My grandpa, he's quite a savage. Wow. So we're all the way up here at the top now. You can see the boulder, giant boulder. We're way up here. I mean, just look around, steep cracks everywhere. There's my grandfather, and looks like there might be actually some graffiti on that side. It's pretty unpleasant. Look over here. Oh, there's a marking, 1901 it says. Right next to that petroglyph down there. That's amazing, 1901. Just to show where I'm at and how far up I am. It's kind of curious. This is much higher than I thought we would have to climb, but I didn't think we'd even have the access to this height. Whoa! Oh! Made it to the top. Petroglyph Point. It seems like a lot of them are going to be on the opposite face. I got an inscription from 1901 on there though. It's pretty nice. I know, it's amazing, isn't it? You're impressive to me, Pepe, I'll tell you. This is a feat in itself.
We'll have to compensate.
Of course.
I guess we're going to go left.
Yeah, definitely left back down the way we came. So I got myself wedged between two rocks to see this. But that is the full side, the front side of the petroglyph. You can see how beautiful that is. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing.